ॐ अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनाशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सहगणा रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगणा ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च। हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्ता राधाकान्ता नमोऽस्तुते। सप्तकाञ्चन गौरांगी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्ते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। नमो ॐ विष्णुपादाय कृष्णप्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्तिवेदान्तस्वामिन्निति नामिने। नमस्ते सारस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्यदेशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्णा हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयम् उदीरयेत्। नष्टप्रायेषु अभद्रेषु नित्यं भागवत सेवया भगवती उत्तमश्लोके भक्तिर्भवति नैष्टिकी। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ॐ नमो भगवते। Welcome to Srimad Bhagavatam discussion. It's connectable. As Lakshmikant Prabhu asked, I thought I'll take this opportunity, not a class or discussion, but this is a very beautiful section in the Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, chapter 11. Chapter is titled Lord Krishna's Entrance into Dwaraka, and these 5 verses are the prayers by the Dwarakavasis. Just such very beautiful poetry and intimate expressions, how they're longing for Krishna and how they have been expressing all these feelings of separation and how they're hankering for him to come back. And it's so beautiful, the chapters back to back. Chapter 10 talks about the ladies of Hastinapura, how they are talking and how they're feeling that separation from the Lord. And right next chapter, beginning of this chapter, the Dwaraka-vasis are happy. So we can see either way, their separation or their meeting again, that intense love and affection for the Lord. It's so beautiful. So this is one of the favorite sections of the prayers. For me, whenever I get these beautiful sections, I try to memorize and recite, at least through these devotees' affection and attraction for Krishna. Just by repeating prayers, Srila Prabhupada says, we may also get a tiny bit, a tiny drop of that affection and attraction in our hearts for Krishna too. So that's my selfish motivation to accept this opportunity this morning, just for me to reconnect to these verses and just appreciate those devotees and Krishna's reciprocation with them. So this is Canto 1, Chapter 11, 6 to 10, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very beautiful verses. Natasmate nadha sadangri pankajam virincha vairincha surendra vanditam parayanam kshemamihechatam param nayatra kala prabhavet para prabhu. The citizens said, "O Lord, you are worshipped by all demigods like Brahma the four sanas, and even the King of Heaven. You are the ultimate rest for those who are really aspiring to achieve the highest benefit of life. You are the supreme transcendental Lord, and inevitable time cannot exert its influence upon you. Purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. The Supreme Lord is Sri Krishna, as confirmed in Bhagavad Gita, Brahma Samhita, and other authorized Vedic literatures. No one is equal to or greater than Him, and that is the verdict of all scriptures. The influence of time and space is exerted upon the dependent living entities who are all parts and parcels of the Supreme Lord. The living entities are predominated Brahman, whereas the Supreme Lord is the predominating Absolute. As soon as we forget this clear fact, we are at once in illusion, and thus we are put into threefold miseries. As one is put into dense darkness, the clear consciousness of the cognizant living being is God consciousness, in which one bows down unto Him in all circumstances. So in this verse, they're highlighting, if we remember the components of prayers, first when we approach the Lord, we actually glorify Him, His position. Then we can go in person in our relationship and our personal aspirations, or then we can express. So here they're saying you are worshipped by all demigods like Brahma, the son of Kumaras, and the King of Heaven, all these big personalities. Actually, for those who are really aspiring to achieve the highest benefit of life. So the highest benefit of life, here they're talking about people who are like really intelligent and really go past the material desires or aspirations. For those, He is the ultimate rest in the sense. These devotees who understand the real aim of life, they don't go and take shelter of small things here and there, the demigods or this or that, some other things, or their own endeavor. They understand that He is the ultimate rest, He is the ultimate shelter, and that's how they approach Him. And you are the supreme transcendental Lord. The inevitable time cannot exert its influence upon you. It's very beautiful, these prayers. Even the gopis actually talk about this very high philosophy. I mean, I don't know how they have, I don't know, the gopis definitely, they haven't studied Vedas and all that stuff, but they have heard. And at the same time, even though they have these highest understanding, their main mode is the attraction to His sweetness. So even though that understanding is there, how great the Lord is, they are not stuck there with just appreciating the greatness itself. Their hearts are so much imbued with that appreciation and attraction for the sweetness of the Lord. And then next one, text 7. Bhavayana svam bhava vishva bhavana tvameva mata suhrut patishpita tvam sadgururna paramam cha daivatam yasyānuvritya kritino bhabuvima. O Creator of the universe, You are our Mother, Well-wisher, Lord, Father, Spiritual Master, and worshipable Deity. By following in Your footsteps, we have become successful in every respect. We pray, therefore, that You continue to bless us with Your mercy. So here we can see in the previous verse, they're saying, oh, all these great personalities worship You. You are this big transcendental Lord. But here they are getting into their personal, what Krishna means to them personally. And here they say, You are everything. Mata, Pita, Suhrut, Guru, Well-wisher, Mother, Father, Lord, Spiritual Master, and worshipable Deity. Like, You are my everything. And this is a very beautiful line. I actually personally inspired by this. By following in Your footsteps, we have become successful in every respect. Yasyānuvritya kritino bhabuvima. We all want success, either materially or spiritually. And we try so many things here and there, but I'm sure those who are whoever is like sincerely trying, I mean, not even sincerely trying, however we are trying, Krishna is very kind. And, at the recent Janmashtami or the inauguration, the devotees, whoever have been working, even unimaginable things like beyond our capacity, whoever has worked really praying and really depending on Krishna, we can really relate to this statement. How by following your footsteps, how by understanding that this empowerment and this mercy and the strength is coming from Krishna, we can actually feel that success. I mean, we may have struggles, we may have whatnot, but through that, our intent and desire to serve Him and serve the devotees in spite of all personal and interpersonal difficulties, challenges, we are still here, we are continuing. So that actually shows how we all are on this path of success. I mean, we obviously hear, like whenever we hear about the glorification of Srimad Bhagavatam, just by keeping the books at home, how much auspiciousness comes. So obviously when we connect to Krishna consciousness, we all experience this Kleshagni, and Shubhada, the director of devotion, says as soon as we connect with the devotional service, all the external so-called, material calamities, and they will diminish, and so much auspiciousness comes. But of course, through the course of time and whatever, the previous things are there, we may see the tokens. Just so our eagerness and our hankering for Krishna and the devotional service increases, and we won't become too comfortable in the auspiciousness or the removal of miseries and forget about Krishna, like how we are put into that situation. So, the purport goes, the all-good personality of Godhead, being the creator of the universe, also plans for the good of all good living beings. And this is such a beautiful sentence Prabhupada says. The all-good personality of Godhead, being the creator of the universe, also plans for the good of all good living beings. The good living beings are advised by the Lord to follow His good advice, and by doing so, they become successful in all spheres of life. There is no need to worship any deity but the Lord. The Lord is all-powerful, and if He is satisfied by our obedience unto His lotus feet, He is competent to bestow upon us all kinds of blessings with the successful execution of both our material and spiritual life. For attaining spiritual existence, the human form is a chance for all to understand our eternal relation with God. Our relation with Him is eternal. It can neither be broken nor vanquished. It may be forgotten for the time being, but it can be revived also by the grace of the Lord if we follow His injunctions, which are revealed in the scriptures of all times and places. Text 8. Aho sanatha bhavata smayadvayam Traivishtapanam apidura darshanam premasmita snigdha nirikshananam Pashyema rupam tava sarva saubhagam. Sanskrit itself is so beautiful. I mean, just hearing itself, we can imagine Lord Krishna's form and how they're appreciating, like how much, just when we are so much imbued with love for something, some appreciation and attraction, naturally we have like all these beautiful words comes out. And on the contrary, if you're angry upon somebody, like all, sharp, harsh words comes. I think it's just a natural way of expression. Oh, it is our good luck that we have come again today under your protection, by your presence, for your Lordship rarely visits even the denizens of heaven. Now it is possible for us to look into your smiling face, which is full of affectionate glances. We can now see your transcendental form, full of all auspiciousness. So the intimacy is getting even more closer here now. Like you are this great personality, and you are everything to us. And we have been missing you, and so happy to see you again, your beautiful face and your form and your personal protection. Purport. The Lord in his eternal personal form can be seen only by the pure devotees. The Lord is never impersonal, but he is the supreme absolute personality of Godhead, possible to be visited by devotional service face to face, which is impossible to be done even by the denizens of higher planets. When Brahmaji and other demigods want to consult Lord Vishnu, the plenary portion of Lord Krishna, they have to wait on the shore of the ocean of milk, where Lord Vishnu is lying on white land, Shvetadvipa. This ocean of milk and the Shvetadvipa planet are the replica of Vaikuntha Loka within the universe. Neither Brahmaji nor the demigods like Indra can enter into this island of Shvetadvipa, but they can stand on the shore of the ocean of milk and transmit their message to Lord Vishnu, known as Kshirodakashayi Vishnu. Therefore, the Lord is rarely seen by them. But the inhabitants of Dwaraka, because of their being pure devotees, without any tinge of the material contamination of fruitive activities and empiric philosophical speculation, can see him face to face by the grace of the Lord. This is the original state of the living entities and can be attained by reviving a natural and constitutional state of life, which is discovered by devotional service only. How beautiful it is. I was remembering yesterday, Devakinandan Prabhu was saying in the Sunday feast class, if you want to bind Krishna, it's by service. So the person who is this supreme and the greatest of the greatest, I mean, can we imagine, like, Prabhu was saying, when we do our services and then we pray Manasa, Vacha, Karmana, and when all three comes together, like Mother Yashoda was doing while churning the butter, she was churning the butter for Krishna and she was singing Krishna's name and she's thinking and remembering of him. So all body, mind, and words, all the three are like for Krishna, remembering Krishna, and complete dedication, of course, Mother Yashoda. But what Prabhu is saying is, even when we serve like that, wherever Krishna is, Krishna runs and comes to us. I mean, it's just a beautiful expression just to imagine that, like Krishna comes to us running like that. Of course, we may not realize, but even now, in whatever our trivial attempts to please Krishna, the devotees, and serve them, Krishna is running towards us. Krishna is coming and helping us at every step of our life. I mean, for me, I keep complaining, oh, I'm not a devotee, this, that, whatever. In spite of that, I feel, I mean, he is showering so much help through so many resources, like, I mean, unimaginable. So this is what they're talking. They're understanding how rare it is and how it's not easy unless the Lord himself gives that mercy. It's not easy for anybody to actually get that kind of a darshan, yet they're able to see. So they're actually, so grateful for their such great fortune. Next 9. Yarhyambujaksha pasasara bho bhavan kurun matun vata sahriddhi drikshaya tatrabda koti pratimakshano bhavet Ravim Vinakshnor Ivanastavachuta. O lotus-eyed Lord, whenever you go away to Madhura, Vrindavan, or Hastinapura to meet your friends and relatives, every moment of your absence seems like a million years. O infallible one, at that time, our eyes become useless as if bereft of sun. Yes, becoming more and more intimate and intense. Purport. We are all proud of our material senses for making experiments to determine the existence of God. But we forget that our senses are not absolute by themselves. They can only act under certain conditions. For example, our eyes. As long as the sunshine is there, our eyes are useful to a certain extent. But in the absence of sunshine, the eyes are useless. Lord Sri Krishna, being the primeval Lord, the supreme truth, is compared to the sun. Without him, all our knowledge is either false or partial. The opposite of the sun is the darkness, and similarly, the opposite of Krishna is Maya, or illusion. The devotees of the Lord can see everything in true perspective due to the light disseminated by Lord Krishna. By the grace of the Lord, the pure devotee cannot be in the darkness of ignorance. Therefore, it is necessary that we must always be in the sight of Lord Krishna so that we can see both ourselves and the Lord with his different energies. As we cannot see anything in the absence of the sun, so also we cannot see anything, including our own self, without the factual presence of the Lord. Without him, all our knowledge is covered by illusion. This is like if you don't have that one before all the zeros, the value is zero. Let's say we have like 6 or 9 zeros, but if you put that one in front of that, it becomes like, so much more valuable. It's like having Krishna in our life brings so much meaning to the life. I mean, we all can reflect on that, not in a superficial way, but when we are really striving for that internal journey to really understand who am I and what am I doing on a serious internal contemplation, introspection, we can actually see how Krishna and the devotees bring so much meaning and so much value to our own life. Next 10, the last one. Katham vayam natha chiroshite tvayi prasanna drishtya khilatapashoshanam जीवे मते सुन्दरः सशोभितम् अपश्यमाना वदनं मनोहरम् इति चोदीरिता वाचा प्रजानां भक्तवत्सला शृण्वानोऽनुग्रहं दृष्ट्या वितन्वन् प्राविशत्पुरम्. O Master, if you live abroad all the time, then we cannot look at your attractive face, whose smiles vanquish all suffering. How can we exist without your presence? So here they're praying, please don't go away. Just be here with us all the time. And then upon hearing their speeches, the Lord, who's very kind to the citizens and the devotees, entered the city of Dwarka and acknowledged all their greetings by casting his transcendental glance over them. Purport. Lord Krishna's attraction is so powerful that once being attracted by him, one cannot tolerate separation from him. Why is this so? Because we are all eternally related with him, as the sun rays are eternally related with the sun disk. The sun rays are molecular parts of the solar radiation. Thus, the sun rays and the sun cannot be separated. The separation by the cloud is temporary and artificial, and as soon as the cloud is cleared, the sun rays again display the natural effulgence in the presence of the sun. Similarly, the living entities, who are molecular parts of the whole spirit, are separated from the Lord by the artificial covering of Maya or illusory energy. This illusory energy or a curtain of Maya has to be removed, and when it is so done, the living entity can see the Lord face to face, and all his miseries are at once removed. Every one of us wants to remove the miseries of life, but we do not know how to do it. The solution is given here, and it rests on us to assimilate it or not. A nice purport ending by Srila Prabhupada. He is telling us it's our responsibility. The solution is given, the opportunity is given, and it's up to us whether we want to take advantage of it or not. So this concludes this very beautiful section of the prayers of the Dwarka Vasis as Lord Krishna is entering into Dwarka. We have just few minutes left. I don't know who is all on the call, and if any of you want to share your thoughts, comments, appreciations for these verses, or for Krishna, or for the devotees, please go ahead. Thank you so much for this opportunity. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Chintamani, Lassi, beautiful. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Guru Maharaj, Srila Prabhupada. Beautiful verses to thank you so much for reading them, and so beautifully, so poetic, and describing Krishna and our attachment that should increase just by listening to such beautiful verses. I mean, I can just imagine the Dwarkavasis receiving Krishna coming after so long.
No, right?
Oh my
Yeah.
God. Yeah. So wonderful.
I mean, when I was, when we are having Radha Shyam Sundar's appearance, I have memorized the section, so it was like so playing in the background for me on that day. Like, it's
Wow.
such a long time they have been there, and we're all hankering for them to come. So it was just such a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, Mataji.
I mean, we hear, right, Srimad Bhagavatam, it has a potency. I mean, it's not that we are all some high devotees or something. Just by hearing, just by, reciting, something does move. I mean, I'm in the car, but thankfully Vrindavan Prabhu is driving. So I was like, okay, why don't I take this opportunity? Even if nobody joins, I can read these verses. I was thinking.
Yeah. Thank you for doing that. I mean, it's really so wonderful.
Thank you,
Thank you, Mataji.
Anyone else? We have 1 more minute. Okay, thank you so much for whoever joined and whoever will be listening to later. Thank you for this opportunity. ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवतम की जय, श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। Have a very wonderful Krishna conscious day. Hare Krishna.